One of my favorite movies is The Karate Kid. Not the new version. I like the new version too, but I'm talking about the good old 1985 Daniel-san version. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So Daniel-san's being bullied and he goes to Mr. Miyagi and he's like, Mr. Miyagi, seriously, can you teach me some karate? Y'all remember Mr. Miyagi's hesitant about this whole situation, but he says, okay, come on, tomorrow we'll start. Daniel-san shows up. He's all eager about this whole thing. But Mr. Miyagi gives him some sponges and says, wax the car. Wax on, wax off. Yeah, y'all saw the movie, you know. And he tells him to do all these cars in this parking lot. And anytime Daniel gets a little sloppy about it, Mr. Miyagi comes back and he says, oh, no, don't just do it any old kind of way, Daniel-san. I need you to wax the car. Wax the car. And I mean a whole parking lot full of cars. He doesn't finish till the sun is going down. He comes back the next day discouraged because it feels like a wasted day. He comes back and Mr. Miyagi says to him, I want you to paint the fence. Paint the fence, and I want you to do it just like this. So he starts painting the fence, and anytime he gets a little sloppy, Mr. Miyagi's like, brother, you got to do it exactly the way I told you to do it. Paint the fence. Now Daniel's getting a little upset, but he still comes back the next day and he says, I'm ready. Mr. Miyagi says, sand the floor. So he's sanding the floor. Mr. Miyagi tells him exactly how to do it. He's got a huge floor that he's got to sand, and he is ticked off about this whole situation because he didn't come here to be a house manager. He came here to learn karate. So he finally lets loose on Mr. Miyagi and he says, you gotta be kidding me. You told me you were gonna teach me karate. We haven't done one thing in relation to karate, and I can't believe you basically have me take care of your house. And out of nowhere, Mr. Miyagi starts to throw punches. Do you remember? And Daniel-san is able to block every single punch that Mr. Miyagi throws his way. Without even thinking about it, just as a natural reflex, every move he had learned in the 3 days he thought was wasted time was actually preparation for punches that the master knew was coming. So what I'm trying to say to you is all of this whole season, this fishing trip that you've had, this last month, this last year, this last 5, this last 10, and you feel like everything that God has been putting you through has been unnecessary and fruitless, and why in the world would God have allowed me to go through all this? This is not connected to anything purposeful or meaningful. You need to know you serve a God who loves you. He already knows what's coming, and there is nothing that is wasted. All of it is training so that your natural reflexes will be able to put you in a position of victory.